All right, Victoria.
Yes, 20.
We're here, everyone, including those two rascals. Welcome
Here
to
we
another
are.
exciting episode
Yes.
of...
Feel it real fun for we on the 14th of April, 2023.
All right, so I am putting a remarkable group in this because we're doing some remarkable things. So,
Cool. Some remarkable things.
that's right. These are a few of my...
Favorite things.
That's right. Syzzle, yo. We took one of your questions today, Syzzle.
One.
Out of 3.
Did you have 3 possible questions?
I believe so. So Syzzle gets 1.
One only.
And well, we got a lot of questions today.
Oh, wow.
All
Okay. So let's get a rustle on. So go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Go there, sign up, click the information link thing. Dr. Brian, how we love you, Dr. Brian, is back on social media.
Are you going to say anything more? No. Okay, join.
You notice how she's nice. I'd just say you're going to be quiet.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, babe. Can
All
I
right.
start now?
Yes.
Join your 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yeah, do that. Or dick around for 3 more fucking years.
He does.
I love this girl.
Right, stop. For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right, so let's start answering questions.
Okay.
All right.
So the first question today is from Koroll. The easiest way to use revision.
All right.
And Koroll asks, guess what it is? What is the easiest way to use revision?
So I used to stand up by the edge of the fence because I had nothing else to do all day.
Nothing else to do all day.
And when a car would go by, if it was a red car, I'd just imagine it yellow.
When was this?
Sachi, welcome to the show.
What, when you were 5 or something?
And then a blue car would go by, and I'd imagine it green. And then along would come a really slow shit car that was spewing out tons of smoke and stuff, and it was noisy, and I'd just imagine it gone.
Silence.
Yeah, right? Now, here's the cool thing, guys. We in revision to the max.com, it's that little $7 pack that should be about $97, right? In revision to the max, one of the things that we cover is to turn bad into good and good into great, so you don't use it as a fix-it tool. The other thing that I want you to do is here is what revision to me is all about. Replace something.
Replace something. Yep.
Yeah. If I say something stupid, she can replace it with something lovely and or smart. Right? If I say something smart,
stupider.
or she could make it stupider, right? It's like, I just can't believe you. I couldn't have heard that right. Right? Now, by the way, that's a good way to play.
Yeah.
And the thing is, can you just have fun with it?
Yeah.
Right? Play with it where it doesn't matter. Play with it where you're turning good into great. Play with it where you just make what. That was so ridiculous. I can't believe he said that. He must not have, right? Yeah, if you're having fun, it's easy. And that's the big thing right there. So the easiest way to use revision is just play with it. And again, the car thing, immensely practical. Most people will never bother doing it. But I can tell you, if you can see me in a green shirt right now, can you imagine it red? Close your eye.
Yeah, I can.
Close both of them. That's right. Yeah. Lisa and LaRock, welcome to the show.
Okay, thanks, Koroll, for your question. The next question is one of Syzzle's 3 questions that we're only doing one of.
That's right.
Stop and be still. And Syzzle asks, how fun is stop and be still for you? It's fun for me.
Cool. I get that I'm fun. All right. Generally speaking, I'm fun.
Yeah, you're generally a fun person.
I'm generally, even if I'm grumpy, I'm sometimes fun. Right? Nancy, welcome to the show. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Now, here's the cool thing, right? So, you are the stillness, you are the silence that hears the sound of my voice. You're the stillness that notices all apparent movement. It's what you are. It's your nature. And the cool thing is, like, when you get that, you can't help but just have fun with it. So, gorgeous, Syzzle. I'm glad you asked. By the way, if you want to make it hell, pretend it's an activity. I have to still my mind. Right? Your mind's job is to think. Your emotions' job is to feel. Right? You're the stillness that notices what the mind and the emotions of those monkeys are doing.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Cool. Excellent. Goody questions, Syzzle.
Yes.
And maybe we'll get around to your other ones.
Yeah,
in a few weeks.
yeah, they may get into a podcast or something. You might have to remind me.
That'll be nice.
How that works out.
Yeah.
I've got good intention. Mm-hmm.
The next question is from Shinita. manifesting time freedom. And Shinita asks, time freedom was interesting to me. Can you speak on that a little more?
Time is the most valuable thing that I've got, as far as I'm concerned, because if I've got time, I can invest, spend, and enjoy time with her and the puppies. And I went shopping this morning. I said, look, do you want some time to do yoga? Right? She said, yep. So I took the puppies, went to the shops. I ran into Wayne. Everybody hashtag Wayne, right? Wayne's a lovely guy. I know from walking the trails. Haven't seen him in months. He's moving to Lake Victoria, of all the cool places, right?
Yeah.
And I had the time to stop and talk to Wayne. Yeah, and that to me is the thing. If you, when I usually do like business consults, one of the things that I talk to about is what they totally skip, because they're so focused on business they forget about life. And whenever you decide, right, this is my life, and I'm going to squeeze business in here, you get time. You get time freedom. On the other hand, if you get so oriented on accomplishing or making shit happen, then you don't have time freedom. But we'll talk more about time freedom later as well. Colby, welcome to the show.
Cool. Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Shinita.
Lake Victoria, Australia, Joe. That's right. See, Joe Weldon knows where all the cool shit is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He knows where Jimmy Hoff is. It's going to be his 5th movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jimmy Hoffa?
Yeah. Yeah. See, Joe knows everything.
The next question is from Anthony, Inner Conversation Control. And Anthony asks, like 3 steps to end our inner conversations that are undesired.
Yeah, that was in response to something Syzzle said. Like he told Syzzle, like, to come up with a good question or something like that, or quit hogging it or whatever. I don't know. You guys were having a spat, right? It was.
I love a spat.
Yeah, nothing quite like a good spat, right?
Yes.
Just the word. So, inner conversation control, 3 steps. Number 1, just change your state. The state of loving puppy dad is very different conversations than the state of loving husband. Now, the state of grumpy husband has very different conversations compared to the state of loving puppy dad. So if grumpy husband shows up, right, and there's an inner conversation that sucks, I just get to go, Frisbee! Frisbee! Right? Yeah, by the way, Frisbee is not her toy, even though she does play with it. Frisbee! And then I start playing with them, right? And everything shifts, right? Other things, where the fuck did we talk about? Well, you can also revise the conversation as you hear it. That's always fun. Yeah, get really good at that, because if you can hear yourself talking shit, you can hear it differently. Maybe make it a Mickey Mouse voice, maybe just make it a totally different conversation. Totally up to you. And number 3 steps to inner conversations that are undesired. Stop it.
Yeah.
At the previous show, Abdullah.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. And actually, I'll just add in really quick.
Yeah, you know what you could do?
What?
Stop
it.
Yeah, see, I'm doing it right now. See, I'm doing the previous show. She wants to tell us about it. Go ahead.
That's all right.
No,
okay.
Tell them about it. By the way, your inner conversations will go, oh, that's all right. I'm tired of trying to talk now. Right? If it happens on the outside, that's what the inner is like. Right? Sooner or later, one of the conversations gets to stop. But go ahead, Victoria.
Well, so I touched that I had a problem, but never told you what it was. So really briefly, what it was a builder friend of ours who has done a lot of work here in the past. He's the carpenter that I became the apprentice to.
Yeah, not the dead friend.
Not the dead friend. Yeah. And I say an apprentice, not officially an apprentice. I was his lucky girl here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I loved it. I loved learning. Anyway, hadn't spoken to him for about a year. Things happened. I don't know. Life got in the way. And,
people got pregnant.
And we stopped going to the dog park. People got pregnant. Not me. No. And anyway, really want him back. And because I've been making a list of things I'd like him to do, and it's getting longer and longer. And it's a whole page worth now. I'm ready to turn the page. And it's like, this is ridiculous. I've got to ring him. And the problem is every month that I've thought about that, I've felt really bad.
Every month that I thought about it.
I know,
right.
Because it did. It kept coming back. Like I've got a ring, and it felt like...
It's the first of the month. Still haven't called him.
I feel so bad about it. Why haven't I rung him yet? And another month goes by.
Yeah, another month where you have ridiculous inner conversations about what he'll think.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what it was all boiling down to, what will he think? And then finally I was sitting outside and I was ready to ring, and I thought, right, I'm ringing him. This is ridiculous. Rang him straight into call waiting voicemail. It said call waiting, so I knew he was on the phone. So, and then it disconnected. So I thought, oh, okay, yeah, like he must be on the phone. He'll ring me. Will have seen that and will ring me back in a couple of minutes. Waited 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10. Why hasn't he rung me?
He hates you.
Oh my God, he hates me.
He hates you.
He really does. He doesn't want anything to do with us. Oh God. And I went everywhere in my head with this, and then it was just like, this is ridiculous. And I stopped it dead there. But for me, it was just like I suddenly got, like you said, the third one, just stop it. It's like, no. I was going everywhere with it. So.
Whenever you can declare something as ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? Because really, I mean, by the way, this is a common pattern from what I could tell. First, I thought I was the only one that did this. Like if Talia disappeared off the face of the earth for 6 months, I'd be going, fuck, she hates me. Syzzle's not saying anything on the show. He must hate me. Right?
Oh, you said Victoria say no.
And it's like, oh my God, the weird things that you can let grow in there versus like radio, right? Where's Syzzle? Busy.
And they just become
where's Talia? Busy.
Huger. They feed off each other.
Exactly. Yeah, and then they talk amongst themselves.
I know. It's just like, hang on, who's running the show here?
But if you can just call it ridiculous, a clown act is a clown act.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Done.
Yeah.
Zara's here. She caught us live.
Oh, good one, Sarah.
Nah, we're actually, this is a replay. We did this show 2 years ago. Really? 2 years
2021.
ago. Yeah. My hair was different then. All right. Anyway.
Okay, excellent.
Right.
So that was for Anthony. Thank you very much for your question, Anthony.
All right.
The next question's from Mylene, recognising middles. And Mylene asks, how to recognise and deal with middles.
Coolio.
Yeah, I remember years ago, Grant and you talking about how if it's not an end, it's just a middle or something like that. If it's not your...
It can be a bridge or an end, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a bridge. That's right, yeah. But...
A lot of people try to manifest bridges. Those are middles.
Yeah.
And this is a really good one. I'm glad you bring it up like that, because it's like the whole thing, like I don't, like if I was calling Alessandra, right, I wouldn't imagine her picking up the phone. I'd imagine hanging up on her when I'm done. Yeah, I gotta go. Right?
Oh.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine what implies we had the conversation, not that she picked up the phone. It's sort of like the whole thing in the howtomanifestababy.com course, right? I always tell people, Suzanne, don't imagine like the pregnancy test. You don't want to imagine the pregnancy test, because then you have to worry about, like,
Will I miscarry?
Yeah, will I miscarry? Will I go full term? Is it quintuplets?
Yeah.
Is it somebody else's that I don't like? Whatever.
Yeah. Someone else's bubba.
Yeah, it gets whack in there, right? Versus you imagine, here's the sneaky part from the How to Manifest a Baby course. You imagine them having kids, right? So that's imagining grandkids. If I'm having grandkids, obviously that implies I have kids. Oh, I see what you mean.
The kids having kids.
Yeah. So, boom, that's where I get to play. Q, welcome to the show, too. I got all these cool kids. That's right.
Cool. Okay, so that's...
Dr. Brian's staying up late for the show?
I miss these, even though I stayed up so late for them.
Wow, it should be, 9 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock your time? You go to bed earlier than me, pal. That's great. I feel young again. Syzzle tagged all of them. All right. Boom.
All right. So there you go. That's how you deal. What did you say again? So how to recognise and deal with middles? Did you say what?
Yeah, recognize them for what they are. They're middles. Then you don't have to deal with them.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Don't go loopy over them.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah, you notice how I just glossed right over it?
Yes.
Yeah, smooth.
It's fast.
Smooth. That's right.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Smooth is slow.
Slow is smooth. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast.
That's right. That's how it goes.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, Mylene, for your question.
I might get back to it.
Might you?
By the way, if she imagined me reading the question, that would be a middle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If she imagined getting gold.
If she imagined getting gold, on the other hand, that would be actually moving to the end. Actually,
Yeah.
I only said it in a way that didn't make sense, but I got it. I'd rather you not be able to explain what the fuck I said than go, wow, there's something different in there. So,
Got that.
that's right. You live with it.
I do. 24 hours a day.
Hey, Victoria, let's try this experiment.
Okay.
Yo, Jake.
The next question. Oh, hiya, Jake.
We were just talking about you.
We was.
That's right.
Hope you're doing ace.
Yeah. Jake.
The next question.
Well, Jake is smooth, and smooth is Jake.
Did he say that? Oh, no.
That's what I
He's got
said.
slow, smooth is fast.
That's
yeah.
right, is Jake.
Okay. The next question is from Jeff, Financial Freedom. And Jeff asks, what to do when the financials just don't match to the other levels of myself declared I amness?
Cool. So I imagine what you're saying here is you're imagining some level of wealth and it hasn't appeared yet. Remember, it always follows. Here's the cool thing, though. We get addicted to cortisol, and what people do is they structure everything so they find more of it. Right? So I talk to people that say things like, I imagine making $1,000 a day every day. It's like, rightio. So is that what you actually want, to make $1,000 every day? So, I mean, and that's possible, don't get me wrong. But it's like the day that you make $700, you're shitting yourself.
Yeah.
And the day you make $5,000 or $10,000 because you do something big, right, you give yourself no credit. On the other hand, what do you really want? And that's the cool thing here, because I'm not a fan of counting numbers. I'm a massive fan of knowing, first of all, there's the attitude of getting that quote-unquote physical reality, 3D reality follows you. Right? Your imaginal experience leads your physical experience. So when it comes to this whole financial thing, a great way to play with revision, you get the bill, you panic a little bit. Cool. Then you just experience the bill differently. Experience the bill is no big deal. And I can promise you, the more you play with, I mean, like we get the internet bill, and it's like $120 a month for what my mom pays $35 a month for, because we live in Australia, right? And then it's like $125.37 extra. And it's like, why is it 37 cents extra? Like, I can remember being the guy that would like spend an hour trying to figure out, did you call this number? What number is this? Let me call this number and find out who it is. And then I realized I just found another. Next time I just spend another. Why do we spend an extra 37 cents every month? This is the 5th month in a row. Yeah, getting loopy. So when you find yourself getting loopy, just remember you lead. So you can be loopy or you can lead. And when you lead, you go, radio. Physicality is always catching up to you. Always. So you just keep imagining more, different, fun. Cool. And remember one more thing. Money is a measurement. It's not an actual thing. Money is a way that you can measure wealth, but we also have time, location, freedom, ability to do what you want, so on and so forth. With Syzzle. Boom. All right.
Excellent. So that was for Jeff. Thanks very much for your question.
By the way, I think 90% of the questions today come from Dream-Driven Day people. I love that you guys are diving deeper and exploring and discovering different areas where you still have speed bumps. Because the whole idea with this, as far as I can tell, if you think life's going to be perfect, like every single day, it ain't, right? You're going to hit speed bumps. And the more you explore, the easier this gets. But Neville Goddard said, like, we came here to experience the furnaces of affliction. We came here to discover who we are and how this works. And being able to go, radio, there's still shit worth exploring, that makes my day. So, Victoria.
So, the next question's from Samara, feeling fulfilled.
That's Samara.
I like Samara.
Okay.
Samara. It's almost getting like samurai.
Samurai.
Sword.
Samurai. All right.
And Samara asks, what is the feeling fulfilled for you?
I'm a very visceral guy. And when I experience fulfilled, it really feels like I'm filled. After you eat a good meal, but you're not sick. Like if you eat too much, you finish up and you're stuffed and sick and don't feel well. That's indulgent. Some people eat a little bit of a meal and you go, I feel good because I ate the sexy amount. right? Like you go to that Little Plates place, like we will never go to again.
Small plates.
Yeah, yeah. Small Plates Eltham, skip it.
You really hate it.
Well, it was little tiny plates of what they said was food, right? Right, yeah. I like when I'm done with a meal to just feel there is Suzanne Hamilton. That is fulfilled, literally. Jake Woolley, I ate the sexy amount. Jake always appreciates my humor. I bet you we were like Siamese twin at one point. Anyway, joined at the head. All right. Yeah, fulfilled, it really comes down to me, this whole thing that the twins I always talk about, accomplished and satisfied. Yeah, I really do. They're a big thing to me. Like, by the end of the day, there will be a certain amount of things that I've accomplished, and I'll be satisfied with who I am, how this works, what I've done. So I think it's a good question. I think it's well worth exploring, by the way. All right. And
I like as well, it reminds me, like as you've been talking about that, how we had the last breath method at night.
Yep.
It's not really your last breath. But...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, no, actually, the original version of that was your last breath on Earth.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
I know it was.
It's like, it's your last breath, Joe Weldon. Who fucking
that
ha?
feeling
right?
of like, when you go to bed at night, you have that lovely deep breath and then just relax in it because everything that's happened during the day just feels so wonderful.
She's the master of that. We go to bed last night, right? And it's like 11:02 and the power goes out. And I know the power goes out because the UPS thing starts beeping once every 42.5 seconds, right? How do I know it's 42.5 seconds?
I didn't hear any of it.
I'm not a fan of that. And then her phone starts bleeping every 42 seconds, right? Like at the halfway points, letting us know, hey, there's a power outage on Kringle Drive. Is that wonderful?
We know.
So I get up and I turn off the computer, I turn off the UPS, I turn off her phone, and I come back to bed, right? Meanwhile, why was I talking about that?
I heard nothing.
Meanwhile, yeah, she's gone deep into accomplished and satisfied. That last breath of the day, imperturbable. Me, I'm perturbable.
Perturbed.
Yeah, I'm perturbable. She's imperturbable. I'm perturbable. I can't even say that.
No, I don't know that's... Is that a word? I mean,
perturbable.
I know imperturbable.
Yeah, you were imperturbable.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm perturbable.
Okay.
All right.
Fine.
What gives you the right to fire upon my ship?
Excellent. So that was for Samara.
That's right.
Thanks very much for your question, Samara.
There's a Carmine's in D.C., according to Joe Welton. You don't want to know about Carmine's?
No, I was reading what Colby said, but I thought, no. So, right. And the last question today is from Lina, time and location freedom. So there's another one on time freedom.
Yeah, I've been podcasting about it.
Right. Would love to hear more about time freedom and location freedom in relation to wealth.
Cool. For me, wealth is that. Yeah, it doesn't matter if we doubled our income and had to work 4 times the amount of time, it would be shit. It would be a shit show. On the other hand, if you double your income and work half the time, you have to really step out of your head to discover what else is possible for you. And I think when it comes to time and location freedom, I think my biggest thing, it comes down to love and curiosity. It's like when I was shopping today, I went shopping to give her some space, right? I could have put it off till Sunday, no big deal, right? Yeah, I could have got, little things as I do throughout my day, no big deal. But I go shopping to get them out of the house so she can do yoga without getting licked to death. And so while I'm there, I meet with Wayne. He's moving to Lake Victoria, Australia, Joe Weldon, right? And we just have a lovely chat. And to me, that's the thing. It's like, it's not about, I want to travel to Brazil next week and then, jump on a plane, all that bullshit. I mean, it could be part of it. But I think the big thing for me is this personalness of, I get to live a life where I can say, hey, Jess, which is, again, just that little bit, that's time, location, freedom. Versus, oh, fuck, I mean, in order to live in Australia, we need to each work 40-hour-a-week jobs. We'll see each other 20 hours a week, if that, or we're both falling asleep drunk. See how that works out. Typical marriage, right? Versus I can say hi to a friend. I can spend a lot of time with my best friend. I can say hi to Beth. If my life was structured where the time was controlled by money, I couldn't do any of that. And
Yeah.
that to me is the big thing. That values hierarchy. Time, location is my two very high. People are above that, but it's people, location, time. Money comes around fourth. So, Jess Lynn, update. Salmon, baked potato, and green beans with mushrooms and lots of herbs and zest.
Wow, you're having something similar to us.
No, that's her state.
Oh.
Yeah. Oops. All right. Okay. Loved your post that you put up. Now she gets to go, which one? Score. Anyway, Victoria.
Okay, all right. So that was for Lina. Thank you very much for your question, Lina. And what we'd like to know is tell us what was your hashtag strawberry bit.
All right.
And mine was remembering the time for me when it was all about your time and location freedoms, and remembering all those years ago, must be like 8 years ago, when I started going down to the dog park.
Yeah.
Instead of working the full-time job.
Yep.
And at 9 in the morning till 10 in the morning, I'm down the dog park. Even though I was doing my contract work, but I was able to do when I wanted. So
that was your first steps.
That was my first steps, moving into that world and realizing, oh wow, I can have all of this. I'm not restrained by having to do the 40-hour job and all that sort of stuff.
Beauty.
So yeah, that was my hashtag strawberry bit. What about you?
For me, it's how this stuff ripples. So we got a guy who used to be a police officer, and he comes and he does our gardening work. He's a full-time gardener now. He gave up the police work during the loogie, right? Because it just became untenable for him. So now he does garden work. Now here's what's cool. He does the shit that I can't do, won't do, which I have no interest in doing. Same thing with her. The stuff that would abuse her body, right? Yeah. He's younger than us, and he's willing to do it for money. Yeah. Now here's the cool thing. I'm willing to do some things for money, right? Build websites, do calls with specific people, so on and so forth, right? So I choose who I work with. I choose what I do. So does she. And here's the cool thing. If it was about money, right? Oh, we can't pay someone to do that work we could do. I'll pay him to do the work any day of the week. Because if I'm paying him to do what he enjoys, and I'm paying him to do what would rack up her body, then suddenly, like, we've got time, location, freedom. She can go out in the garden and help. She can go out in the garden and direct. And so suddenly,
and work with Ray.
Yeah, she's
a little mini apprentice carpenter.
She's garden girl, carpenter apprentice, and this comes because we've chosen to live a life where money's important, but it's not anywhere near the top of the hierarchy. The hierarchy, people, time, location, health and so on fits in there as well. But just really, really, really getting this whole thing of like, rightio, if I can provide service, I can help someone else provide the service they want to do. And that just might be the whole thing behind all that. So.
Cool.
All right.
So that was our hashtag strawberry bits.
That is the rightness.
While you type in yours, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
Yep, those are the 7 little lessons. Those 7 little videos, plus you get the daily email. Do those.
All free.
Yeah, they're goodies.
Join your 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. It takes about 10-15 minutes a day total. Right? You have no excuses. $1 a day, 10 minutes a day.
Don't wait month by month like I did, waiting to ring my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That is the rightness.
It is.
That's where you can
find
find
all these and more. And did you notice? I got it all right. I'm back in the swing of things. I said easy manifesting methods.
I didn't screw with you.
I said join your 90-day adventure.
I didn't screw with you.
You didn't screw with me the first time when I said it wrong.
Really?
You screwed me once I'd said it wrong. You then screwed with me. But it was like, not before.
That's because I love you, Victoria. Oh. You're my best friend.
Okay, you guys. Have a great day, night, weekend.
Totally,
and
Syzzle.
We'll catch you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dream Driven Day people, we got a call this weekend.
Yeah, we do.
Make sure you check your inbox.